Lola Shae from the Lola Shae Show. Tune in every Monday at 7 o'clock right here on IAXISRADIO.com for hot topics, cool conversation, and me, your host. Gotta love it. See you there.
IAXIS Radio, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
IAXIS Radio, WIAX, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
Welcome to IAXIS Radio. We are the future of radio and podcast. Our reach is limitless. We embark on the now. Yesterday is gone and tomorrow is evermore.
IAXIS Radio, the future of radio and podcasts. No limit to what we
do. Not fear. IAXIS is here to protect the sounds of our city. Let the music play.
And hello, everybody. Thank you guys for all tuning in. I am Lola, and this is the Lola Shae Show right here on IAXISRADIO.com, where there's no limit to what we can do. Please take this time now to like, subscribe, hit the notification button if you'd like to be notified for when upcoming episodes and other shows on this platform will be available. I don't know. First of all, obvious, it's cold. It is cold in the world. It is cold. Okay, so much for the mild winter that the almanac was promising. We're not even in winter yet. Winter doesn't officially start until December the 23rd, and it's already biting. Okay, it really is already. I just want you guys to stay warm, layer up. Stay healthy, take your multivitamins, drink lots of vitamin C and orange juice and whatnot. You can take supplements, anything to keep your immune system at its, functioning at its best, going into what tends to be a crazy season, as far as health is concerned. I was telling my son the other day, because he's a little under the weather. I hope you feel better, Tamel. But I was telling him the other day that it's not the cold that gets you sick. It's the cold that lowers your immunity, and you're not able to fight off the germs the way you would had your immune system been functioning properly. And so the germs get in, they find a corner to hide in, and they multiply. Pardon me, this is too tight. I'm so sorry. I'm getting cute with my little ponytail. My little ponytail is too damn tight. Okay. So anyway, shout out to the Fresh Retwist. Shout out to my chat. I knew you guys would be checking in by about now. Shout out to you, Ebby Justice. Appreciate you for always being so supportive. I don't know. I have to get you a really nice gift. I know I got a t-shirt for you. I've been holding it. Forgot to give it to you when I saw you last, but it was some, let's just call them extenuating circumstances. yeah, my mind wasn't on it, but I do have some stuff for you for being one of my my actual most loyal uh chat member and my most loyal friend, my oldest and dearest friend. I love you very much. Um, I don't know, almost got emotional. Child, almost got emotional. All right, so real quick, he got the African braiding lady. Um, coming up, we want to talk about her and her insanity. So apparently, a young lady goes into a braiding salon in Birmingham, Alabama, of all places. Goes into a braiding salon, and she wants to get some knotless braids, simple. Um, shouldn't take no more than a couple of hours, especially considering she had like 3 people on her hair. She said everything was going great. They gave her champagne. She had little snacks. She was relaxing. It was pretty much a very pleasant situation until it was time for her to leave. So now after she's finished, she was happy with the finished product. She was happy with her hair, so she's paid the lady the $200 that they discussed in text messages. We're gonna get back to the importance of these text messages in a little while. But she reported, well, back and forth with the lady they discussed and agreed on $200. Okay, which is cheap as hell, considering the same braids can run you $500 up here. So shout out to them for getting good prices on them braids. But of course, it wasn't gonna stay as joyful as it appeared apparently. So when it came time for her to leave, she pays the lady her $200. Another very important point. Without argument, without comment, without conversation. This is what I owe you, and she paid the lady. The lady then proceeds to tell her that because she used human hair in her braids as opposed to synthetic, that she owes her an additional $50. And this is where it gets sticky at, because you've heard me complain about this same thing many times before, between the Koreans and the Africans, with the upcharges, and the upcharges. Every little thing that you trying to get done at one time used to be included in the price. Now it's an upcharge. Everything is an upcharge, to the point with stylists, which I can't even wrap my mind around the idea that stylists are trying to charge you for washing your hair, like separate from the style, okay? Or they want you to wash your hair yourself and come in with your hair washed and blown out before coming to them to style your hair. In the era, of course, I'm old, we already established that, but the era that I come from, all of that would be included in the price. The price would be, adjusted to accommodate all of the different services that you would be getting during that day, but they would give you one flat rate. You pay your rate, you get all of the stuff, okay? Not the nitpicking, not the, oh, this is extra after the fact. All one time, you pay your price and you go on about, and you was happy. Now the debate came up. Okay, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. So, ladies trying to leave the store, they will not let her leave the store. They lock the door to the store, to the salon. You see this video, of course, because nothing, if it's not on video, it didn't happen, right? So it's on video, and you see them physically detaining the lady with their hands wrapped around her freshly braided hair. Okay, and anybody who's ever gotten their hair braided know that has got to be one of the most just plain, first of all, disrespectful things to do to somebody who just got their hair braided and really notorious for doing this. They get you every baby hair, every hair. It doesn't man. They braid your eyebrows if they could. Okay, so her hair is already sore. It gets sorer and sorer and sorer. the more hair on your head gets braided. The closer they get to the last braid, the tighter and tighter it seems to get. This is from years and years and years of personal experience getting my hair done. As I know a lot of my audience has personal experience with this hair braiding. We also have personal experience with these Africans. And not all of it is good. Now, I want to shout out to my Nigerian massive, my Mali massive, my Kenyans, my Senegalese peoples, them. Okay, all the people who come over here and do wonderful braiding. They do good hair. They have good service. But some of y'all, ooh, including this lady. So now for $50, she got herself charged with kidnapping for locking that salon door, locking that lady in there. Assault and battery for pulling the lady's hair and beating on the lady. Threatening to murder the lady. Telling the lady she's going to get a shot. Oh, I mean, the video is just insane. Absolutely insane. Yeah, so she got charged for kidnapping. That holds a 25 to life charge. She got charged for the assault. She got charged for just being a horrible individual. Basically. So all the charges just for $50. What I'm saying is sometimes you just might have to let it go. Okay, so say, let's play devil's advocate. Say that, you might have mentioned it, maybe not during the text messages, but at some time prior to the commencement or the finishing of the hair, right? You may have mentioned that, because there's no evidence of this, but because you used human hair as opposed to synthetic, that's gonna cost more, because it does in fact cost more. The argument is the slipping it in at the end as opposed to letting her decide whether or not she wanted human or she just go ahead on and give me the synthetic because I ain't got it like that. Everybody, especially in these inflationary times, everybody does not have it to give to you. Okay, they don't have it. Sometimes they are on what we like to call a budget. They are on a budget, okay? They can't afford to go out of their budget, to overrun their budget. It is what it is, okay? And don't throw away your business, your livelihood, and possibly that of your family and the stability of your family being greedy and being entitled, because ultimately that's what all of this came from. So, child, we got this Diddy documentary, which I've been getting threatened about for quite some time. We know it was executive produced by 50 Cent. Now, a lot of questions and like, how did they get the footage? Why would Diddy film himself in this particular situation? I have no idea. But I know where they got the footage from. The footage comes from Diddy being Diddy. Ultimately, that's where the footage comes from. So Diddy always, and I mean always, this is proven, this is documented. The documenters have documented the documentation because Diddy loves to have videographers following him around. It's a consistent, like, I think he was possibly planning on a grand documentary himself, just from, a different angle, like how he somehow came out victorious in this situation. I don't know what the concept or the point of the taping was. Just might be for his own personal pleasure, like he likes to watch himself on film. We've all figured that out and gotten to understand that from the trial, that he just enjoys watching himself on film in different scenarios, especially if he's naked. So, I mean, maybe that's just what it was. I don't know. But for whatever reason, Diddy had a videographer, a guy following him around, documenting video documentation of all of the stuff that was going on around him. So leading up to him getting arrested, because he knew he was going to be getting arrested, right? So leading up to him getting arrested, he had the videographer following him around. And at different periods, of course, he had the videographer. But during the particular time, the video footage that we've been able to see during the documentary, that came from a specific period of time And basically so I got to go into contracts and everything real quick. So basically, when you sign a contract with somebody, you sign the contract with that somebody. It doesn't apply to other people specifically mentioned in said contract. You can't just insinuate or assume that I'm included in the contract and my name is not in the contract. Nobody's going to assume that I'm included, that you were talking about me, that I was involved, that I'm a part of any of the shenanigans unless I am explicitly listed in the contract, right? So now, Diddy had a contract with a specific person, a specific individual to do his videographer, his documentary, or whatever he was doing, right? To film. He had an agreement with somebody to film. On this particular, now Diddy likes to film damn near 24 hours a day. This man don't sleep. Okay, he's up damn near 24 hours a day, and he expects the videographer to be right there with him filming 24 hours a damn day, damn near. If it's 24 hours, 22 of them bitches, he expect that man to be filming. Okay. So on this particular day, for whatever reason, there was a substitution. Well, for this, not even day, because it was a period of time. It was over a period of time. It wasn't one 24-hour day. But during this particular period, the original videographer was not able to be there. So they substituted for another videographer. Another videographer never got paid for his work. And how it works is the person who pays for the footage and or shot the footage is who owns the footage. So if you hire someone to shoot footage for you, you pay that person and they turn the footage over to you. The footage now becomes your property to do with as you will, however you feel like it. You want to edit it, you want to put it out, you want to make it into a music video, you want to make it a collage, a slideshow, a presentation at your job. It does not matter what you decide to do with the footage because it legally belongs to you. So, Diddy, after seeing how much he was going to have to pay this man for doing these hours upon hours upon hours upon hours of filming, he balked. He don't want to pay. Why do I got to pay? Why do I got to pay? The going consensus, the going storyline with this man is he don't like to pay. Okay? So this is not a question. He ain't want to pay. Okay? So that means the ownership of the footage never changed hands from who shot the footage. It only changes hands when the contract is fulfilled, and the contract is only fulfilled when you pay the person. Because that's part of the contract. You agree to pay the person for said footage. Pay for the footage, gets the footage. Okay? That enables him to then turn around and shop that footage to whoever wants it. Highest bidder gets it. And apparently, your boy 50 was the highest bidder. So that's how he got a hold of all of this. Like, why would this man film himself during this particular time? I don't know. But the same reason why the same man filmed himself doing all kinds of unnecessary things. Pretty much the same situation. Ultimately. Okay, so I want to take this time out and do a quick shout out. I want to shout out some of my supporters. I want to shout out the people in the chats there. I know I saw Eb. Who else did I see in the chat? I feel like a romper room moment right now. I see Abby and click that bigger for me, Bibs. No, I can't see. Oh, Devon Franklin. Hey, how are you? Congratulations on your show. I checked it out not too long ago. It was awesome. I love the music. Gotta say I love it. But yeah, it's appreciate you guys popping up in the chat. Shout out to everybody tuning out in on IG Live, on Facebook, on 360 Live, on all of the different platforms. I only get to deal with the ones that pop up because we're fed directly in. I know the rest of you guys are out there. I want to say thank you always for being so supportive, tuning in, checking in, getting in my inbox, giving me suggestions, asking questions. Any way that you contribute to this show is highly, highly appreciated. And with that, we're going to take our first music video break, and then we'll be back shortly. Yeah, that part. This is, once again, IAXISRADIO.com, and I am your host, Lola Shae. Yvonne said, thank you. I'm good and loving your show. Thank you so much, my sugar. Always appreciate all the compliments and the love. Thank you guys very, very much. We'll be right back.
Sometimes life can keep you grounded, keep you asking why. Feelings of giving up have crossed your mind. I soak it all up, God knows how I've tried. Sometimes life can keep you grounded, keep you asking why. Feelings of giving up have crossed your mind.
Soak it in, I got checked in. How many times I think a million? These niggas lie, they not serious. Rain in the summer, pops Aquarius. They told me stop, the shit's hilarious. No time to laugh, I get the bag in any area. They plan nefarious. No lie, made it cause I'm so fly. I belong on planetarium. High, soaking the vibe on my movie shit. I no longer try, I'm only doing it. Shine like the sun, pray for a solar eclipse. But I bet that won't even ruin it.
Life can keep you grounded, keep you asking why. Feelings of giving up have crossed your mind. I soak it all up, God knows how I've tried. Sometimes life can keep you grounded, keep you asking why. Feelings of giving up have crossed your mind. I soak it all up, God knows how I've tried.
Soaking the vibes, my most soaking in tears. Like these dark clouds following everywhere. Traumatized over things that I don't share. Times that I tried and you ain't even care. Now I swear you left me in the storm. You was inside cozy and warm. What got in me, never winning. Thought that ended, the story go on. Soaking that pain, I don't cry, I just walk in the rain. I'm outside of the climate change. When the sun come out, soak it the same. But that's what I'm saying.
Keep reaching, sky's no limit. I know that you've been through it. Soon there will be a brighter day. Everyone's rooting for you. Tell me what you got to lose. Where there's a will, there is a way. I feel it in my soul, a feeling that I can't let go. It's your life, you got control. Don't you ever let it go. No matter wherever you are, keep reaching for the stars. Keep your dreams close
brother back in this bitch with me. Trapping hard for the, yeah. Trapping, yeah. Trapping, yeah. Trapping hard, yeah. Trapping hard, yeah. Trapping hard, yeah. Trapping hard for the, trapping hard for the, trap. Did summer, I just canceled summer. I got shit to do. Priority. Come first before you play. Please don't be a fool. Hot-headed niggas on alert. Please don't lose your cool. God gave you brains for a reason. Exercise your tool. Anyway, my plans for the day. Run up Apple Pay. Get a couple bags and get them all. Then get out the way. Even chef it up around this bitch. You come get a plate. You can hit my line 1,000 times. I'm gon' get you straight. My daughter's about to graduate from school. Gotta get this shit. I'm the only man she banking on, so I stay on this. Real in the field, niggas fighting this inflation. Facts. Two on which I got pilots, I'm pushing in rotation. I hustle hard every day, I gotta earn every week. Money circulating, gotta make this cash while I'm sleep. Cause the team gotta eat, I'm just preparing the table. No one being broke, I gotta be financially stable. I'm trapping hard for the summer. I'm trapping hard for the summer. I'm trapping hard for the summer. Hard for the summer. Trapping hard for the summer. Yeah. Woo. 365 I motion promotion. The plug told me double up. Ooh. Bitch, I'm the coach, I'm the quarterback. Play your position, now huddle up. Ooh. I used to hustle for fun on the side till my trap it went out of there. Now all my hoes, they be bitches. She really just pissed, I don't fuck with her 24 hours a day, every minute. I get it tonight in the morning, I flip it. I told these niggas I'm quitting to get a reaction. Like really the nerve of this nigga. Trapped in the spring through the summer, the winter. Just me get my digit, me get my digit. Been having zips in the city. Your mama shop with me, your daddy be spending. I hustle hard every day, I gotta earn every week. Money circulating, gotta make this cash while I sleep. Cause the team gotta eat, I'm just preparing the table. No more being broke, I gotta be financially stable. I'm trapping hard for the summer. Oh, yo, mama.
Better trap hard for the summer. It's gonna be a cold winter, and then you're gonna be mad because summer gonna pop up on your ass and you ain't gonna be ready. Get your hustle on. Anyway. How? All right. So shout out to Salt and Pepper, all right, and Outkast being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know what? Yeah. Anyway, brain be shutting off right in the middle of a sentence. I know. I'm blaming it on perimenopause. That's what we blaming it on. Okay. So in case you wanted to know. But your boy, Burna Boy, I don't think he's gonna make it. He's not gonna make it to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He's crashing and burning right now as we speak. So all of this starts back. Personally, I feel like it all starts back from the alleged Burna Boy Diddy situation. His attitude has his outward attitude. I don't know about what he's like in private personally. But his outward attitude has been tanking ever since that situation came out. And I feel like he feels that he's entitled to certain attention and certain behavior from the fans because he quote unquote paid his dues. I don't know. That's just the feeling that I get when I think about this situation. So all of this started because a young lady fell asleep at a Burna Boy concert. So he proceeds to stop the concert, turn all the lights on, tell the security to get the lady out. He don't want nobody sleeping. When you see somebody sleeping, it pisses him off. How dare you sleep at his concert? Get them to escort the lady. Find out the lady just had a death in the family. The lady drove hours and hours to come see him. He ain't give a fuck about none of that. He doubled down after the concert by saying, and I quote, that he only want people with money to come to his concert. I don't know where want from being tired got to do with having money. You be tired and you got money, you can still be damn tired. I don't understand that at all. But I do realize that certain people put a very high priority on money and people having money. And so we ain't gonna be racist and say that it's his kind of people, but they do tend to be guilty of it. Anyway, so he goes on to, like I said, say that he don't want no broke people at his concerts. Whatever. What one has to do with the other one, I don't know. But it rubbed people the wrong way. Of course, it's gonna rub Americans the wrong way, especially African Americans, because we not feeling any kind of discrimination, especially classist discrimination. That just doesn't make sense to us. When we all sit in the same boat, even politically speaking, even if you got a lot of money, you find out you're in the same boat as the people who ain't got no money, based on the color of your skin over here in this country. Now, that's not something that they understand completely and can empathize with coming from over there, because they don't have the same dynamics going on. And I understand that. But at the same time, find out about the people that you come in to deal with before you come and deal with them. Right? That the idea that you listen to the lies and propaganda that you're being fed about what kind of people we are. I'm gonna tell you what kind of people we are. We don't like you shaming our people. We don't like you acting like you have. We just enjoy your talent. We are giving you our hard-earned money, regardless of how much money we earn. It was earned the hard way, and we're giving it to you. And we kind of want you to be a little bit appreciative for that. Just a little bit. Nobody's saying, But for you to just rant and rave and egomaniac to freak out, it definitely didn't sit well. So the first backlash wave came in the form of little protests at his concerts, where people would show up with blankets and pillows and pajamas on, and they would fake sleep through his whole show, just to be obnoxious, basically, because it was unnecessary what he did. It was absolutely unnecessary. Rubbed a bunch of people the wrong way. Then people just said that, well, that's not enough. They just decided that they were going to boycott the show altogether. They're not going at all. You see him at his Chicago show, and thousands of seats seem to be empty. Okay, and then the latest wave has been them canceling show after show, city after city after city, because nobody is buying his tickets now. And I need this to be a cautionary tale to a lot of upcoming and somewhat established and even established artists. You are absolutely nothing without your fans. That is who's paying your bills. That is who is affording you the lifestyle that you are suddenly living, because 9 times out of 10, you did not start out with that lifestyle. Okay, so you came from here, you wind up here a little bit, and you get up there, you start feeling yourself, and you start talking smack to the people who put you up there. That is never going to work out. Okay, it's absolutely never going to work out. So now he's dealing with hostility. Okay, first and foremost, and boycotts of his shows. And that's light work. There ain't nobody is being angry and abusive. We haven't gotten to that part yet. Because, people get offended, they get emotional. Right? Okay. So all I'm saying is respect your fan base. Respect the people who put you where you are. Okay? I don't care who those people are. Respect those people. All right? Because the same people you see on the way going up is the same people you're going to see on the way going down. And what goes up must absolutely come back down. So don't think you're going to go up and you're just going to be up there and you're just going to be up there. Because at some point, the trickle down will trickle the freak down on your ass. Anyway. Oh, yeah, Burna Boy got burned. Goddamn. Oh, another person got burnt is a bunch of these mega churches got caught in I don't know if you could call it a prank, a scam, or just outing them for the selfish, inconsiderate people that they actually are. Now, a lot of people would argue against the lady and say that it's people like her who make it hard for people who really need stuff. But again, she said in the situation while it was happening, not after the fact, but while it was happening, she informed the lady that she was doing a social experiment. Lady hung up on her ass. Okay. So just to back up and give you a little context, there was a young lady who was calling up the different mega churches with more than 10,000 members, churches that are pulling in thousands, millions and millions of dollars every year from their congregation, not from anything that they're doing, not from any activity in the community, any work that they're putting in, just strictly from donations, okay, that they're taking in from their congregation. She started calling them up, telling them that she was a hungry single mother. She had a video, she had an audio, I should say, of a baby crying in the background. She's calling up these churches who are taking care of the poor. That is one of the tenements of Christianity, in case somehow they freaking forgot. I don't know. Maybe they thought it was prosperity and get money, get money, get money. But Jesus said no, that they have not a damn thing to do with it. As a matter of fact, he was whooping ass for the same reason. Okay? For the same reasons. Anyway, I digress. So the lady called us up the churches. She's like, yeah, I really need some money for my sick baby. You hear the baby is in the crying. The baby's crying in the background. She need money for her sick baby. Basically, like I said, the lady was like, we ain't got nothing for you. We can't help you. We ain't got none of that. She's like, you ain't got no Infamil, no nothing. You know, I can come and pick it up. It's really important. Baby's been hungry all day. She don't got no milk. Mind you, these same places, you can come down to the soup kitchen. What the freak is the soup kitchen going to do for a baby? Absolutely nothing. Okay? A lot of people argue they did offer help. They said, come to the soup kitchen. Again, fuck the soup kitchen going to do for a baby? Absolutely nothing. A lot of people, comments were that she's a woman. She can breastfeed. That's not actually always the case. Everybody does not produce an adequate amount of milk to support their children. That's where the whole idea of Infamil, Similac, and all of that shit came from. Okay? So let's not be narrow-minded here. We had a pastor, a black pastor. I was so disappointed. We had a pastor who came out to condemn the young lady. Say basically there's no time people to be asking for help. No time to be needing shit. No time for any of the things that lady was talking about. I don't even know if he knew what the lady was talking about or somebody was trying to tell him what the lady was talking about. Did he actually see the lady or did he hear about it? But he seemed to be very, very upset that she would actually think that the church was supposed to help her somehow. Now, I do know that once you get that 501c3 classification, tax-wise, the state becomes the head of your church. God is no longer the head of your church when you have a 501c3. You choose to not pay taxes. That tax exemption comes with the loss of your actionness. You're no longer an action-based organization. You cannot do actions, which is why you don't see a whole lot of actions coming out of these churches. You see the bare minimum. You see everybody else. You don't see no kind of innovation. You don't see no kind of working with the people. You don't see none of the stuff circa 1950s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Okay? None of that do you see. You just see the collection plate get passed around 2-3 more times. So, with knowing that, looking at the Olsteins and Creflos, et cetera, people who are raking in obscene amounts of dollars, but at the same time doing the bare minimum, like the absolute bare minimum. Okay, so now they've been blown up pretty much because how dare you? Like, Everybody's emotional about the insanity that is the state of our churches today. Now, hopefully, that means that some changes are in order and some changes isn't coming along the way. You're gonna have to pay your own taxes. We're gonna have to start there. Everybody trying to get tax free. Oh, I want that 503c. I want that 503c. Actually, you don't. You want to pay your own. You want to pay your taxes. You want to figure out the tax code so that the amount that you got going out is enough to compensate for the amount of taxes that you would have to pay. You didn't think you was going to get a tax lesson, but here we are. Okay? So the idea is if you're putting out more than you're taking in, right? You're working at a deficit. You're reimbursed for that. Not necessarily reimbursed, but the amount, because they make it seem like they're giving you money back. They're not. Nope. They're not giving you any money back. But what they are doing is you at the beginning of the year start out owing X amount of dollars. Okay? So all deductions is what's reducing your tax burden at the end of the year. Okay? So you start out at the beginning of the year owing, I think it's X percent. We ain't gonna get into which percent it is because the shit just went up. But you owe X percent of your income to the government, right? The IRS, whoever's doing the collecting. But you owe X amount to the IRS. So say you go and you sponsor a marathon, you get to deduct that amount of money that you spent on that marathon, allegedly. Don't quote me on it because a marathon might not be the best of examples, but it's the first thing that popped into my head. Anyway, the amount that it cost you to put together this marathon, buy blue tickets, the water, to pay the people on the side to give out the water, to buy the trophies, whatever expenses are accrued from a marathon, right? So you pay all of these expenses. These expenses, if they are in the course of doing business, if they are business-related expenses like the ones that I just listed, would be business-related expenses because those expenses are required to run the business. So since you have that, then now they can deduct from the amount that you would ordinarily owe. They'll deduct some, not all, because they don't believe that they're going to deduct 100%. It's not 100%. But they'll deduct a certain percent of what you spent and then apply it to what you owe so that the amount that you owe goes down. Shout out to you, Tyrone Green. Happy Mondays to you too. So now you pay, and then they say, okay, instead of 30,000, you owe 26,000. Then you buy some more shit. They tell you instead of 26,000, you're trying to get it down to zero is what most people are trying to do. That their tax burden, is zero. You got the tax shelters and the tax breaks and the tax this and the tax that and the tax that. And you're hoping that with all of those benefits, deductibles, etc., all of those itemizations, all of that stuff is going to leave you owing them nothing. Hopefully, now in the case of poor people, it's only poor people. Rich people do not get tax returns. Okay, again, they usually owe money at the end of the year. When it comes to a tax return, that is because you have already given them too much money somehow. They've taken too much out your check based on how much they were supposed to take out your check, based on how much you decided to withhold from your check, etc., etc., etc. They'll have to give that back at the end of the year because you overpaid, okay? It's not that you owe. You don't owe. They owe you because you overpaid. Everybody else is not overpaid. Their tax percentage is high. I think the lowest is like 12% or something like that. And then it just goes up. So, child, you know. We ain't going to discuss how I forgot what I was talking about just now. But I love to see you guys in the chat. I've been noticing it's been filling up over there. I want to say thank you to you guys. Shout out again. Yeah, man. The churches can really definitely do better. Okay? Definitely. Without a doubt. Churches can do better. Um, but again, a lot of the reasons why we don't have an active church in the same sense as what we used to have, or what we used to have, again, is because once you accept tax-free status, it says in the paperwork that the state is now the head of your church. So anything that you want to do, you have to go through the state. You have to ask the state's permission. The state has to approve it. The state has to say it's okay. The damn state. Everything is the state. Tyrone Green, LOL. Everything is the state. So you can't breathe without the state saying inhale or exhale, ultimately. Okay, I think I could stick another video in there. So we got time for another quick video. I'm going to stick that in there. Before we go there, I want to make sure I give a shout out to the Dr. Dre Victory Foundation. Been doing some work with them. Dre has the picture on it. I don't know. But I went to Happy People's seminar panel discussion a couple weeks back, right? Accompanied Dr. Dre and a lot of distinguished, awesome, educated folks. I love to be around intelligent people and creative people, talented people. People that spark get my creative juices going, give me ideas, plans, and ambitions and whatnot. I like that kind of stuff. It's very inspiring and motivating. So anyway, went to the panel discussion, and they just talked about all of the different ways to get people more engaged and more involved in health-related stuff. And there was a lot of suggestions, a lot of ideas, or what they thought it could be. But ultimately, you kind of got to care. And it's hard to make people, hey, Tyra, how are you, baby? It's hard to get people to care when they don't care, A lot of people have lost faith in the medical industry as a whole. A lot of people are uninsured or underinsured and as thus are locked out of some of the benefits that the medical industry has to give. But the facts still remain that the amputation rates for diabetes in the Bronx and the 5 boroughs is astronomical. The death rates for diabetes as a whole are unbelievable. This far in, with people knowing the consequences of unchecked sugar usage, untended to sedentary lifestyles, not tending to themselves properly. The consequences. You've seen what happened to your aunties and your grandmas and your grandpas and your cousins. When does it become, I don't want that to happen to me? When does it become my life is more valuable than whatever that other stuff is over there? And a lot of people argument is that the quality of their life is going to be altered if they can't eat or drink what they want to drink, etc. But my argument would be that the quality of your life would definitely be altered if you were dead. I mean, it's up to I've lost sympathy, so that part. Okay, I've lost sympathy for sick people who refuse to tend to themselves. Do not expect any sympathy from them, okay? Because you're really not going to get none, absolutely none. Not when I know that there are people out there who are fighting tooth and nail. They just want to be here. They just want to be strong. They just want to be healthy. They just want to be for their people. You understand? So as long as those people are putting in the work, I can't respect anything else. I honest to God can't. And I've had a couple people die on me now simply because they refuse to take care of themselves. They refuse to take medications that might help them. And even if you don't want to, because I can't stand medications, okay? But I do herbs and tinctures and all kinds of other stuff to supplement what the medications might be doing. Find out what the problem is, and then find the herbal equivalent to the pharmaceutical thing that you would be taking if you had to take anything. Because I would preferably prefer you don't have to take anything. Okay, there's a natural version to every pharmaceutical product known to mankind, and a few that ain't known to mankind. Still has a natural God-created version of it out there in the world somewhere. And then there's the thousands and trillions and billions of things that we haven't even figured out yet. You know, we're constantly learning new things every day as a collective, okay? And then, you know, the information gets put out. Unfortunately, the more affluent and well-off and able to pay for stuff, people tend to get it first. But at some point, the trickle down is inevitable. They can't keep the technologies to themselves forever. It's not going to work out. So I'm praying that everybody within the sound of my voice is healthy, happy, that they have joy sparked in their life, and that, you know, they just I don't know, peace and blessings in your life. All I can say. It's okay. All right, I'm gonna talk past the video, so we're gonna jump into that, and then we'll be right back.
She gon' take your heart and use up all your love. She don't care about nobody but herself. Have you ever seen a devil in Chanel? And she's so conceited, I don't need it. Clubbing season every weekend. I know she's got a man home. She don't call it cheating, buy drinking. She comes easy, bullshit freaky. Oh, here she comes. Oh, here she comes. She gon' take your heart and use it like a drug. Oh, here she comes. She the type of girl that's taking what she wants. Ooh, that girl so dangerous. Know that body hot, but can you handle it? You can take a shot, but you be gambling. She might fall in love, but she can't commit. She the type of girl that you can't forget. Saying she had thoughts, but she cancerous. Everything she do is so damaging. Stay away if you don't know her. And she's so conceited, I don't need it. Coming season every weekend. I know she's got a man home. She don't call it cheating, buy drinking. She comes easy, bullshit freaky. Oh, yeah, she comes. Oh, here she comes. She gon' take your heart and use it like a drug. Oh, here she comes. She the type of girl that's taking what she wants.
it was a great time sitting down here with you guys tonight. What I am not going to do is run over you guys' time. Okay? I respect y'all's time. Y'all gave me my time. I gave y'all all I had today. Okay. So next week, what we're gonna discuss, what we're doing is next week. I definitely want to talk about a couple things. So next week's question, I got a question for you guys next week. You know, think about what you want to say, what you think your answer is gonna be. I'm gonna ask you specifically, especially the ones that's be in my chats. We gotta talk. What I want to know is a couple of questions. It's two-sided question actually. Because the question, the idea of a nice guy is beginning to bother the shit out of my soul. Are there really nice guys in the world, you guys? Is a nice guy a real thing, or is it just a manipulation tactic? Because the nice guys that I seem to know, they're only nice when they think they can get something from the situation. They're only nice as long as it benefits them. And they feel like being nice or the title of nice entitles them to something. I'm not particularly sure what, honestly, what that something is. But they feel entitled to something just based off the fact that they perceive themselves to be nice. Now, what I want to know is, are they really nice? Because there's a difference. First of all, there's a difference between being nice and being kind, okay? And then second of all, if it's a transactional situation and nice guys are only being nice for an objective, then are you really nice? No. Okay, that's the answer to my question. That's my answer. I may change my answer between now and next week, but I want to know what you guys' answer is to that particular question. Okay? Are nice guys really nice? That's the question. And then my next question would be, it involves weaponized incompetence and its reversal, which would be malicious compliance. Okay? So now the question becomes, because the major questions these days involve the interaction and basically the relationship between men and women occupies a great deal of conversations these days. So I'm just trying to get to the middle and the bottom and the juicy good chocolate center of the situation. I want to know. I want to know what y'all think. I want to know what the men think. I want to know what the women think. I want to know what the people who aren't men or women, whatever, I want to know what they think too. Because it all matters, okay? It's all influencing the monologue, the conversation between the two sides. I personally will always be on the women's side because I'm a woman. But I can empathize and sympathize and understand the other perspectives, long as it makes sense. Let's just make it sense. So that's number 2's topic for next week. And the third topic for next week is we're gonna have to discuss some sports energy next week, because I want to know what's going on with Crawford and this belt. So they apparently took Crawford's belt because he paid a fine. After he won the belt, he legitimately won the belt by whooping somebody's ass, and he got the belt. So now they're saying that he didn't deserve the belt because he didn't pay them for the use of the belt. Like, maybe somebody who better understands the boxing world and how that works can explain it to us. Pop up there, get in the comments, call in, something next week. But we're gonna work that conversation out, because I really want to know. I want to understand what's going on with that, because it should, as far as I'm understanding, it should not be a thing. Like, if you do the thing, I mean, a bunch of champions have had their belts revoked over the years. Not a new thing. Okay, it's just I'm trying to understand how it works, why it works, why it's a thing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll be talking about that as well next week. I'm looking forward to you guys tuning in. Appreciate you, everybody in my chat, everybody on the different platforms, everybody who supports me. The love is awesome. You guys really, 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 I appreciate it. That's why I keep doing this. Otherwise, child, I'd have quit a long time ago. But I just love the feedback that I get. Most of it is positive, even the negative feedback. Like when somebody told me I was putting them to sleep, child, I laughed heartily about that shit because I thought about it. It's entirely possible. It's entirely possible because I have a low, deep, some would call droning kind of voice when I want to, I guess, like sometimes. And it definitely gives Wonder Year's history teacher, so I I can see where people would go to sleep listening to my. I can see where that would be a thing. Like it's kind of soothing sometimes, you know, the timbre, the tone, the cadence. So I can definitely understand. And then some of the topics that I talk about are not the most exciting in the world. All right, I'll agree there as well, but there are things that I feel like you might need to know. So it may be a little bit boring, but you'll be glad that you know it because it's gonna pop up later, and you're gonna be like, "Oh shit, Lola told me about that." That's why I'm doing the show. Okay, so if you ever wonder why am I here, that's why. That's why. All right, I want to put Peter and Paul together. Right, I want to facilitate the creatives, the happy people, the active verb people. Right. I want to the folks that's doing stuff. Again, I like verbs. What are we doing? Where are we going? You know? Even what are we talking about? It's okay. I'm okay with that. Anyway, so I promise not to take y'all over, and here we are, 7 minutes into the next hour. So I'm gonna let you guys go. No goodbye video, just to see you later. See you next week. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Tune in next week for the Lola Shae Show.